beware of Biden. Boris on lookout as French bribed America ally with EU to undermine Brexit. Sky News political editor Beth Rigby suggested the US could snub the special relationship it long shared with the UK to form a stronger partnership with the European Union. The Sky News editor argued Brexit had a detrimental effect on Britain's global standing and suggested Joe Biden might turn to Germany or France to form stronger ties with Brussels. The UK traditionally acted as a bridge between Washington and the European Union since joining the bloc in 1974, but Brexit could affect its position, Ms. Rigby argued. Boris Johnson hailed the departure from the EU as an opportunity for the UK to strengthen its relationship with the US and other international partners. But the Sky News political editor warned Mr. Johnson his goals may struggle to be achieved. She said, "The reality is, on a global stage, Brexit has diminished the UK in that it's no longer part of the European gang, so Biden might look to France or Germany to negotiate with that bloc rather than negotiating with that transatlantic bridge that was once the UK. I think there's an idealized vision Boris Johnson has of global Britain, but when it rubs up with reality, it's a rather different thing indeed. In terms of Afghanistan, it was a unilateral decision by the US. The UK was blindsided, the UK was scrambling. In a way, the UK looked diminished on the world stage." Joe Biden repeatedly reiterated the US commitment to preserving the Good Friday Agreement from the impact of Brexit. Northern Ireland emerged as a key point of contention during the Brexit negotiations, and the special protocol created as part of the withdrawal agreement has repeatedly come under fire from the British government. Speaking ahead of a meeting with Boris Johnson in September, Mr. Biden told the press, "I feel very strongly. We spent an enormous amount of time and effort in the United States. It was a major partisan effort, and I would not like to see, nor would many of my Republican colleagues, a change in the Irish Accord." Under the protocol, Northern Ireland became the only part of the United Kingdom to remain in the single market and customs union to preserve terms of the Belfast Agreement demanding no checks be set up between Belfast and Dublin. But the UK government has been clamouring for a change to the terms, arguing the settlement resulted in an unwanted distinction between UK nations. New US President Joe Biden's insistence that the UK honour its treaty obligations to the Belfast Agreement or face costly consequences, is at one with his recommitment of the US to a rules-based international order. And the remarkable European solidarity that was a hallmark of the Brexit negotiations held firm after the Treaty on Future Relations with the UK was agreed in April despite lingering hopes in London that it could still divide members. It was notable that as that pillar of European unity, Angela Merkel, left the stage, her successors pledged continuity in EU policy and specifically full implementation of the protocol. That determination to see the rule of law respected was also reflected in the intensification of attempts to bring the Polish and Hungarian governments back into line with EU standards. EU unity was also manifest in common management of the pandemic, although somewhat frayed in its response to renewed migration challenges on the Belarus border and on the Channel. When Biden was inaugurated in January, he spoke of turning a new page in the country and the world's history. Days after a mob of Donald Trump supporters stormed the Capitol in a bid to challenge the count that elected him, he insisted that politics doesn't have to be a raging fire, destroying everything in its path. Every disagreement doesn't have to be a cause for total war. And we must reject the culture in which facts themselves are manipulated, and even manufactured. The legacy of Trump began to be undone domestically and internationally, most importantly in the repairing of alliances. The man himself remains a force to be reckoned with, however, dominating the Republican Party and apparently preparing his return.